Resident Evil Roleplay.
Brunton, Minnesota. It's a cloudy September morning. A small commercial fishing boat is out on an inlet of Lake Superior for a routine run. However, they soon find themselves pulling up a mysterious catch in their net. The fishermen are aghast as they hoist it onto the deck. Amid the many herrings trapped in the net is what looks like a human corpse. It's dressed in a uniform white jumpsuit soiled by the waters. Though soaking wet, it seems to exude what looks like some sort of dark smoke. The fishermen all whisper among themselves, swearing and voicing guesses. The calm and seasoned captain knows what needs to be done. We jump forward to September 9th, 2010. Chicago. On that same cloudy day at Camp Clancy, while Ennio and Nuria converse in the labs, the war room sees some exceptional use. Chauncey. You enter and approach the glowing green holographic terminal. Notification alerts you to an encrypted call incoming from Langley. You're pretty sure you know who this is.
Yeah, I answer.
As you answer, you see the visual of your old CIA counterpart, Mr. Fox, in his usual middle-aged visage with his black suit and neatly combed brown hair parted to one side. And he greets you, Director Chauncey.
Fox?
Well, I suppose there's some recent events to catch you up on. I've forwarded a lot of this intel to your inbox, a lot of the documents that we have collected, but to summarize, there have been some happenings in Brunton, Minnesota. So, let me walk you through what we know. On September 6th, a commercial fishing vessel caught an infected corpse. The vessel reported it to the authorities. Then on the 7th, I went ahead and dispatched Mr. K to aid the local investigation. Mr. K was able to confirm that the cadaver is a person that had gone missing, likely kidnapped, and that the cadaver was infected with the Spectre virus. Now, naturally, given the location, Greenhouse Solutions is highly suspected. But shortly thereafter, there were strange, ghostly apparitions sighted in Brunton. The next day, an outbreak started to spread. Citizens were ordered to evacuate Brunton as these bioweapons took to the streets. Now, I have an undercover operative planted at a high level in Greenhouse Solutions, and they confirmed that Greenhouse was in fact involved. What do you make of this, Director Clancy?
Well, makes sense. That's what I've been theorizing this whole time, is they're behind it.
Yes, you have been quite adamant about that for some time. So, understand you have some history with Dr. Johansson. Well, you and I both.
Yeah. We do.
Tell me, are you eager to meet him again?
I'm eager, but I can't tell you what for.
Well, now I guess you might have your chance. As of today, we are giving the BSAA clearance to raid. This is coming straight from the top, executive branch. Our intel is solid. We know who we need to target. We know who's behind this. Now, my undercover operative provided some details about their island and facilities. So, a lot of that information has been forwarded to you, but if you would like to ask any questions, now's a good time.
Do I have full clearance to bring who and whatever I want?
You will. This operation is yours. Now that we know bioweapons are involved, it is coming under the BSAA's domain.
Yeah. Will I be able to meet up with this undercover agent of yours to get more verbal confirmation of things seen?
We have other boots on the ground that you may be able to talk to, but for the time being, I'm keeping the operative's identity strictly confidential.
Understood. When are we allowed to move in?
As soon as you can mobilize your troops.
Okay. I can get that done. Is there anything you need from me?
Just a recommendation. You see, Dr. Emil Johansson is considered a high-value target in this operation. And through the late Mr. G's reports, as well as your own testimony, we've all long known that Dr. Johansson is dirty. But until now, we've had only anecdotal or circumstantial evidence. This is the closest we've gotten to having him dead to rights. If you ask me, I don't think we should waste it.
Yeah.
So,
It won't get wasted.
that's what I say. Take the shot. Put that madman down.
Yeah, we're not gonna pull the same move of losing somebody who's gonna end up turning back to the bad anyways.
Good to know we're on the same page here. Any other questions?
No, I think I'm clear.
Very well. Best of luck with the operation, Director Clancy.
Thank you.
And with that, he exits from his screen. And you're left to ruminate on this brief conversation. Memories start flooding back of your history with Emil. Everything that led up to this present moment. But, being as busy as you are, you haven't long to think before you have another interruption. A voice comes in over the comms. Come in, Director Clancy. Sounds like PGP. Good old pistol grip Pete.
Glad.
Do you have eyes on surveillance? Got company at the front gates.
Can I swipe through my ward terminal to see the surveillance cameras?
Easily. You
Okay.
check the CCTV feed, and you see at the front gates that Pete is standing guard near the gates, and on the other side of it is a woman. Don't necessarily recognize her, but she looks a bit disheveled, out of sorts. Bit of a mess, really. Her clothes are dirtied, her skin covered in dried stains that look like a mixture between blood and mud. Pete says, she says her name is Alice. She said she was in Brunton.
Bring her to the facility.
And from there, we jump cut ahead to her being brought into a location of your choosing. I think she'll just meet in the war terminal or in the lobby of the manor.
The labs.
Okay. Yeah, you bring her
Knowing
down.
the situation. Yeah, knowing the situation.
Have her brought down to the labs. You put her in a holding cell, or are you gonna bring her just into the barracks area, or the living quarters, rather?
Into a holding cell, but being told it's just a precaution.
Right. So, just as a containment measure, you have her placed into a holding cell, and you're able to approach the outside of the bars, and you see her. Alice Poise, a bony, thin woman, 40s, short, stringy black hair, sunken eyes, rugged features, wearing only a t-shirt and jeans. And like you saw on the cameras, she looks a mess. She looks like she's been through a lot. And she kind of looks at you with a distant gaze, says, Are you Chauncey?
Yes, I am. Why do you need me?
I heard a lot about you.
All good, I assume.
Emil was an old friend of mine. He used to frequent my bar. He spoke highly of you.
Maybe back in the day, but not nowadays.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him in a long time.
What brings you here?
Well, there were these creatures all over Brunton. Town was overrun with these things. They were like, I don't even know how to describe them. They're like people, but they were like ghosts. I tried to get away, but there were too many of them. They blocked my way to my car. I thought I was going to die. But then I saw something. It was this figure. It looked like a person. But they were floating up in the air. Almost. They were at a bit of a distance, but it almost looked like Emil. I don't know what that man did, but he just reached out his hands and he destroyed those things that were coming after me. He rescued me. Then all he said was, I have failed. Go. They will protect you. Then he reached out his hand again, and next thing I knew, I was here. Right outside the gates.
How did you know I would be here?
I guess I didn't. I just figured that he'd said they will protect you. Went to the first place I saw.
Well, you came to the right place. But I must say, it won't be comfortable, but you will be protected.
Thank you, sir. I'm just so confused. One day everything was normal, and then the next everything was falling apart in the town.
And that's bioterrorism for you.
You know what's happening?
No, but I'm about to go find out.
Emil have something to do with this.
I'm not really at liberty to discuss that with you, but I have my assumptions.
And she kind of has like a cold, distant stare. She seems distraught, but at the same time, there's another worry behind her eyes. She kind of gets the gist of what's happening and stares off into the distance in the side of her cell for a moment. And then looks back at you and said, I know you'll do what you have to do. He's a good man, you know. Just got lost along the way. I don't know who he is now.
We all lose touch. But we all have to answer for our crimes.
Is that the last thing you say to her?
Yeah, kind of turning away, walking away. I will tell like the labs, scientists and stuff to go ahead and get her cleaned up. Run any checks on her if possible. Check for any infections and whatnot. Take her as a top priority to get done as soon as possible. Let her know that we're only doing the tests, you know, to protect us as well as her. That she will not be harmed in any way during those tests.
Give the orders. The scientists under your command in the R&D labs beneath Camp Clancy get hard at work. Try to make things as comfortable and humane as they can, and follow your command to the letter. You return to your office, the war terminal, and before you have, as the director of the BSAA, your full suite of resources at your disposal. And it's time to start forming a plan of attack.
First, can I get into my war terminal and look through my CCTV stuff and see from before she arrived until she arrived to see if there was anything showing how she was dropped off, if she was dropped off at the gate, if she was walking to the gate, or from out of camera to into camera kind of thing.
Ooh.
Or someone brought her there.
I'll say make a perception check
Okay. Here we
through
go.
these recordings. I didn't know if we were gonna have a roll today, but looks like we get one.
All right. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Perception is 15.5. So I got a 20 in perception, right? That's my passive.
Yeah, it should be under your wisdom.
There it is, +6.
Yeah.
I had to dig for it. I couldn't remember what it was under. All right, so now this cat.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, that teetered. 19.
It teetered on the one. All right, yeah. 19. With a 19, scrubbing through the footage, you reverse it to the timestamp of approximately when she arrived. And, or at least when you got the call from Pistol Grip Pete. And looking there aren't a lot of good angles on or beyond the front gates, but you could see enough beyond them and into the road and the forest on the other side of it that crosses the entrance. And you do see just a minute or two before you got that call, or round about that time, what looks to be... it's difficult to see in the low resolution of the surveillance cameras in any great detail, but you could see the trees around that area, the forest beyond, rock a little bit, as well as just this puff of smoke-like particles that extended from there, before all of a sudden she came stumbling out, then kind of looked around as if she was disoriented.
I put the troops on alert, and tell them, obviously scour the area a bit, search for any clues or any signs of ways people could have gotten dropped off at the front gate, because it shouldn't be something that happens on a regular basis, even though it seems like it always does. But yeah, I want the troops, obviously on guard, because if one person can arrive, hundreds can.
Right.
And so everybody's on high alert, and I want to see if anybody can find anything in patrols in that area, of course.
So you send out some patrols, place the camp on high alert. Eventually, given time, throughout the rest of this day, get the results back from the labs. She has some residue of the Spectre virus on her. However, no lasting infection. It seems she had an encounter with the virus, to be certain, or bioweapons that might have been infected with it. However, nothing that's contaminated the person herself. As for the teams on patrols, they don't seem to report back anything unusual that they find in that area outside the gates, other than some signs of lingering smoke that is dissipating. But still, you keep your head on a swivel, keep the camp on high alert. And now, as you set your sights on Brunton, the Greenhouse Solutions headquarters that is on an island just offshore from there, you prepare for whatever struggle awaits you ahead. I suppose that'll be where we conclude Chauncey's prologue.
Awesome.
Chauncey Clancy will return. Resident Roleplay Prometheus.